In this video, I want to answer the question, what is Agile Project Management? Agile is an approach to managing projects. If it's not too grand, one might almost say it's a whole philosophy. Agile is an adaptive approach to project management. Instead of trying to define the solution up front in the way that we often do in traditional project management, what we do in Agile is we define a starter to the solution, and then as we develop that, we then start to look for the next and the next and the next components of the solution. We cycle around the traditional life cycle of define, design, build, test and implement, but in short iterations, adding additional functionality as we go. And of course that means that Agile is ideal for rapid development where we've got a complex system that we don't really understand. This ability to develop our project further as we understand it more means that Agile has a number of particular characteristics. It's iterative and incremental, and it has a high involvement of users or customers because they are reviewing what we've achieved and giving their feedback, and we're using that feedback to develop the brief for the next stage of the iterative process. It's flexible, it has a fast turnaround, and it has constant reviews of priorities and indeed the scope of work, which is something that from a traditional background project managers find a little unsettling. Often team structures are non-hierarchical with dynamic allocation of resource, and it also means that because of this there's a real shared understanding of what it is the project team is doing, because everybody is involved in regular planning meetings. A lot of the principles of Agile have been around a long time, since the 1950s, which is way before my time. But it first became a thing with the publication of the Agile Manifesto in 2001. And the Agile Manifesto, like so many manifestos that try to create big change in the way we do things, was admirably compelling. It was short and pithy. It said this: we're uncovering better ways of developing software by doing it and helping others do it. Through this work, we have come to value individuals and interactions over processes and tools, working software over comprehensive documentation, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, and responding to change over following a plan. That is, while there is value in the items on the right, we value the items on the left more. Agile is only a set of principles. There are a number of specific methodologies that have been brought into the Agile fold. Methodologies like DSDM, extreme programming, Scrum, which is arguably the most widely used Agile methodology today, Kanban, which is also very widely used, and Scrumban, which, not surprisingly, merges the two. So we use Agile where it's well suited, or we should, where things are uncertain and environments are changing rapidly, where we're unclear of the requirements or the full requirement set at the start of our project, where we value higher levels of teamwork and integration with the user base. It's often described as a fast-fail approach. We do something, and if it doesn't work, if it fails, we just scrap it and we do something different. And therefore, Agile is particularly well suited to low criticality environments. You probably wouldn't use Agile to develop a highly safety critical system, for example. And finally, Agile is really powerful and useful when you're in an entrepreneurial environment. The entrepreneurial mindset of try stuff out and find out what works is really well suited to Agile. So a lot of startups use Agile development to get a product to market and then to constantly reinvent that product, to up-issue it to version 1.1 to 2 to 3, version 2, version 2.1, 2.3, because Agile allows you to constantly innovate and constantly improve your product. Now, Agile is important. It isn't just a flavour of the month anymore, and the PMI have recognised this. In the autumn of 2017, they're bringing out the 6th edition of the PMBOK, and this, for the first time, is going to recognise Agile as an important part of project management. Now, I'm not saying Agile should supplant traditional project management. I'm a traditional project manager. I believe in it. I know it works. And I'm not necessarily saying that you should take a purist approach and say, well, it's either traditional or it's Agile. I think the right answer, and the answer that project managers have been applying since even before Agile was ever thought of in the 50s, is to take the best from the Agile principles and the Agile tool sets, and the best from the traditional waterfall principles and tool sets, and to mix them and blend them into the right solution for your project. But here's the thing. If you don't know anything about Agile, it's time to find out. Because the days are gone when you can be a successful project manager and not even know the principles of Agile and how to make them work as part of your project.